Hello, friends and adventurers. I'm M, and today we're going to talk about alternative campaign goals, besides saving the world, that is. Welcome to the DM table. Normally, a campaign goal should be something grand that makes the campaign feel worth doing, so that's why saving the world is frequently picked as a topic. But what other wonderful grand things are there to do that would make the campaign feel worth doing and satisfactory to the players? One classic thing could be being the best, whether it be at a particular type of fighting or all of it, being the strongest, being the most powerful in the world, but it could be also rising to the peak of your craft or art, whatever it may be that the player likes to do and perform and is willing and eager to pursue details of what makes it better, greater, more powerful, and to achieve those objectives as to become the very best at whatever it is that they do. This is filled with just as much opposition as any other campaign, and yet it has lots of personal meaning and value to the player and lots of development that can assist in feeling of rising to great heights, which is what is being done anyways. Another one is being swept in the wave of some grand event, perhaps being swept in the wave of a war, whether as somebody just not trying to participate and being pushed along the lines that the war creates as it moves along across the country, or from the perspective of a soldier, or even a general, or a captain, or even one of the perhaps monarchs fighting the war itself. Whichever role it is that the player picks for this is filled with grand challenges and lots of drama. And this doesn't have to be war, it can be any great world-shaping event. On the other hand, we have that exploration-based situation where players find themselves in completely alien surroundings, where they need to feel their way out of completely new challenges and environments that make demands on them, that want to be solved, that are new to the players but have a meaning and a system of their own. And as long as this meaning and system is interesting, the players will feel fulfillment from solving the things step by step, revealing more and more, and getting lore and feeling of understanding of the campaign and the world and the objective in general. Sometimes it's simply some complications of interesting variety. One of those, if you've gotten cursed, now you need to find a way to uncurse yourself. The goal here for the DM would be to find the most innovative, interesting curse that functions intriguingly for the duration, so that the players are sort of eager to experience part of it, and yet they do not want to keep it permanently. So it's sort of double motivation, where one side is providing some sort of benefit or driving force for good things like discovery or progress. But the other side is something that, whilst not extremely immediate, needs to be dealt with eventually in a satisfactory manner. So, when we have such double instigation and interesting premise, players will feel very involved personally with the campaign and will feel fulfilled by discoveries they make and things they can do with it. But there's many other things that can be a sort of state or a predicament that happens upon the players that they can use in this manner. Not just curses, so these are just some varieties from many that you can have as a campaign objective. Who says that it needs to be only one? Campaign can have multiple parallel objectives that are all just as intriguing, just as powerful, just as great, just as impactful. Also, new objectives can open later. Also, if you're wondering, no, you don't need to have everything predefined ahead of time. Sometimes you don't have the end enemy, the big bad, the villain, the whatever, Sometimes you do. Sometimes you don't have early revealed objectives. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you don't. In any case, all these things can later intertwine and connect to each other and produce more lines. Or players can begin some side projects and campaigns that they have envisioned, as I have mentioned in the previously made player side objectives as a source of quests episode. So there is more of that to be had. Some other valuable objectives that you can have could be uncovering the truth or achieving some grand goal of whether the group or the civilization or whatnot that is great enough but doesn't per se save the world so much as improves it or just proves something great or does something great, provides something great, invents something great. Another is discovering the truth. Kind of like when the protagonist or somebody has amnesia and wants to remember who they are, but not necessarily that one. Just discovering the truth of some sort of new, bizarre event or something that has transpired in the world. Maybe some piece of forgotten or lost history, maybe something else, but discovering the truth can be very satisfying as long as general subject of that discovery would be something that the players would be interested in. And of course, how would you find out? Well, ask your players before it all starts. What are they intrigued by? What are they interested in? What would they like to pursue? What kind of campaigns would they like to make for themselves? And then you can help make those campaigns through all these methods. And then they can go on their adventure to discover things. So, adventure, if this has been unique, maybe, or useful, you can spare me a click and I could see you here perhaps next or even every week. Until then, I wish you luck on your adventures and to see you again soon. Bye.